good.
So, hello, greetings,
Hi.
and welcome to a now virus-free episode of Team X, the Charnwood Chronicles. Thank you for joining us. We're going to be starting part 2 of Darkness on the Edge of Town. I am St. Brian from the forums, from the Discord, all that fun stuff, and I'll be running a game of Dungeons and Dragons for the folks you see here in the stream, and we shall go around the horn and allow them to introduce themselves, starting with...
Hello. My name is, you guys know me as Bob the Ninja Goldfish. I have my voice back this week, which is phenomenal. Last thing, I don't have many notes about last week because I was fairly ill. All I remember is I am Neo.
He's the Christ of the Matrix.
So yeah. And because I'm running the stream, thank you to Whitefire for your 100 bits live from across.
Thank you, White.
Live from across the U.S. It's EDR.
Get your tickets pay-per-view.
And thank you to Rasella for the 5-bit saying, you get a bit, and you get a bit, and everybody gets a bit. So thank you very much. As you can see, we are now affiliated, which means we can take bits and we can take subscriptions, and all of that money will be going back into improving the stream and maybe some other cool surprises that we have planned for the later in the year. So, but we shall keep those to ourselves for now. And I shall pass it along to my left. I think you're on my left, please.
Aren't I on your right?
I don't know.
I'm on your right.
Irrelevant.
Whatever.
You're on my right, but my camera is flipped, so I think you're on my left.
Well, I'm looking at the stream, and I'm on your right. Brian's on your left.
Fine, whatever.
Moving along.
Introduce yourself, damn it.
I'm Clues. I play Dren Gemweaver. Dren, my Gemweaver. Everyone knows me as Clues, pretty much. So, you know,
And you got to
there's
fire
that.
your laser.
We get into some crazy stuff.
Truth.
Let's see. I want to go below me to Sanuk.
Hello. I am he who plays Sunuk, also known as Viking Goat on the chats and the forums and so on and so forth. I'm very quiet in the chats and such, so you probably don't hear from me all that often. Onward and to our friend to, I guess, the 7 o'clock. Am I right?
Yes. I am Blind Cleric at Gid Reese on Twitter. You'll see me around in the forums and on the Discords and in Twitter itself. I played the stool-wielding soldier, Hugon Valander.
And let us make sure we understand it's stool with no E on the end.
No, not stool. Like a sitting object that whistles when you sit on it.
Okay, so where we last left our heroes,
Thank you for the air quotes. Thank you.
They had begun their venture into the Chondawood and had made it to the first cabin safe house known as the Anvil, where they had where Thunuk and Hugon had been ever so slightly waylaid by a gnoll. And then over the course of the evening, they found themselves somehow transported to Pinedale. Pinedale was on fire, and they found themselves in Clue's shop, at which point shenanigans ensued. And Drenmai's neighbors were being set upon by a group of gnolls who were very promptly dispatched by the group, by Corbin becoming the one.
Corbin
and
disbelieving the illusion.
And
I disbelieve the people's power.
disbelieve the illusion and the railgun cleric.
Yes, the railgun cleric. Not only did you get first blood, you have the highest kill count in the party.
No, he doesn't.
I thought Bob
I
did.
killed like 5 of those things.
Was it 5?
He basically sneezed and they all fell over.
True.
I killed.
So-
I beat one. I beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Like
You did. That did
It's
happen.
true.
So death by knolling.
Yes.
Um,
And then I opened one like a can.
you did.
it,
What's
So,
in here?
yeah,
And I got to fire my freaking laser.
that's true. You get the fire.
That was cool.
So yeah, so you find yourselves in this version of Pinedale. It is nighttime. It is you finally have some chance to now that you've kind of gotten a chance to let the dust settle, as it were, from what you saw when you from finding yourselves in this place where out of nowhere. You see it is nighttime. There are buildings that are on fire, that are burning. You can hear cries of the town folk from around. You can hear what sounds like marauding. You do notice, Drenmai, you do notice that, well, all of you notice that there is snow on the ground.
Oh, how fitting.
And that you see that that there are lights in front of people's homes and decorations, and it tells you that this is the first Snows Festival. That this is what those decorations are. But the first Snows Festival obviously happens at first snow, so this is being that you started your trek into the Chandlewood in very early spring. Something's definitely not jiving there. So you just finished felling the final knoll.
That's good alliteration. Well done.
And the husband and the wife, if I remember, one of you had cast an illusion. I think Drenmai,
I cast an illusion for them so I could get the kids out.
Yeah. So the family, Linan and Kuth, are still there. Like, you know, Kuth is the husband. He's still injured. But the two children, Ater and Tadel, come running out of your shop, and they immediately come running over, and they like.
I was the one that got the kids out, right?
Yeah, you did your flash move where you zoomed in, or did your your Quicksilver in and out. But now that the fight is over, the two children come running out of the shop, and Thunuk, they like wrap themselves around your legs, and they're yelling, "Uncle Thunuk," as they grab onto your legs, and Linan is helping her husband to his feet, and kind of trying to get him out of the middle of the street here, and nods at you, Hugon, and she says, "Brother Hugon, thank you very much for your help in this." And then she like recognizes, she sees Dren, and she like nods to you, and then Corbin, she sees you, and she has a look like she's seen a ghost.
Okay.
So, I want to. Okay. Can I? I just want to ask her, like, what? So there's snow on the ground. When did the snow happen?
This was, I mean, when this is the scene that's in front of you. So you apparently have been fighting in the snow. This wasn't like, hey, you started fighting and then boom, snow.
Well, no, I want to ask her, like, was this a day ago? Was this a week ago?
No, this
Why?
is
Just now?
She looks at you and she goes, but this is the first Snows Festival. It snowed 3 days ago.
I'm gonna assume that I'm pretty obviously familiar with them since their kids come to my shop and everything.
Yes.
When did I leave? How long ago was that?
You had left just a few days prior to meeting up with the group in town. So it wasn't like you've been out for. I mean, so you left. It was still spring. I mean, and when you guys met in town, it was spring, and you went into the Chandlewood, it was spring.
So you guys are just as confused about the snow as I am then. If I've only been gone a few days and it was spring.
They're like, I'm not sure. I no.
Okay.
I still have everyone's still around me, right? Because we just finished with the fight, basically.
Yes. And the kids are like starting to try to like climb up on Thunuk like a jungle gym.
Yeah, I'm gonna point at the kids and Thunuk, and then at the parents, and go do that, because I'm gonna go talk to Dwarf.
Dwarf.
We don't know his name, remember?
I thought you said Dwarf, and I was like,
Dwarf. Okay, now we need an NPC that's named Dwarf.
Nah. Anyway, so you're pulling Corbin aside.
Yeah, I want to pull him aside.
Yeah,
and
I
then
want to
I'm assuming
this too.
Yeah, I'm assuming Hugin's over there. So I'm gonna say, kind of do the come here.
Yeah. What the fuck
And
is
then
going
just
on?
yeah, relay the information. Hey guys, they said I've only been gone, basically a few days. Snow, we're now. I'm confused. Any ideas? Neo. You broke reality. What's your thoughts?
Well, as far as you know, that was just me fighting.
Yeah, it's true.
This is true.
You don't know I broke reality.
No, not yet, but.
Question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
So she was looking at me like she'd seen a ghost.
Yes.
Give me a second to think.
Okay.
Well, what's your question, Hugon?
Question to the DM.
Yes.
No one else noticed the sphere that you described to Corbin.
It was more of a
presence.
Metaphysical, metaphorical.
Right, but
Yeah.
he noticed it and we did not.
Because he was out. He was actively.
Right.
I was
okay,
actively looking for it.
I wanted to
looking for a source of.
Also, given some jiggery pokery you've done with Corbin's backstory, he's really good at dreams.
It's true. Yes. Okay. So. All right.
So I look at Dren and I'm like, well, what date do they think it is?
Well, they said it was right before.
No, not right before. What date do they think it is? Because you say you travel the long road between here and El Boulder a lot. They may think it's a different trip.
That's true. I'm gonna look over at Thunuk and kind of motion him over with the children climbing all over him, and basically kind of try to pull one off, and because children are much more
like a barnacle.
Yeah, just like pop you right off and look at you and be like, what day is it? Because you can ask kids anything. So I'm asking one of the children that I've just popped off the nook.
And the son replies, "It's First Snows Festival."
Okay.
That was not the question we asked you.
But that's.
I'm gonna turn child around and point it at the dwarf.
What year? What year is it?
He responds, it's the same year that you guys left El Boulder.
Okay.
Well, I left El Boulder,
Right.
Well, everyone left El Boulder.
or no, I left Pinedale.
Yeah, same year. It's
Okay.
yeah, it's
But clearly, months and months ahead.
But they just said I was here a few days ago, so I'm trying to work out.
It would be, but if we traveled in the spring, it would be months in the past
or in the future.
It's just curious.
Out of interest for Faerun, does it usually snow early January or late December?
in this area, it's probably like late November, early December if we're using the
So we're
Gregorian.
talking, we've gone 9 months down the street.
Basically, that's what it sounds like. What? What's the child's name? The son?
A tour.
A tour.
I immediately start looking around for a John Delancey looking motherfucker.
I'm gonna release the child so he can basically go back onto Thanook.
Like a magnet. A tour.
Yeah, he pretty much as soon as he's like climbing right back up on him, and
When you see magnets get really close to each other, it's like
yeah, it's like there's that slow, and then there's a, yeah.
I imagine trying to peel them off is like trying to take like a cat or something that has decided that it wants to be mounted to this pole or this.
Pretty much, like as you try to peel one off, it immediately starts climbing on your arm.
Yeah, it's like you're trying not to shatter
the other one, and but they're kind of like this, like kids. You know how they can sometimes, in despite the fact that something like very dangerous or scary just happened, they can kind of go into that mode of. But this thing that I'm very comforted by, and they can start kind of getting that giggly kind of
right.
You know,
right.
And that's kind of where they are right now on you, where it's like they're climbing on you, and like it doesn't impede your motion at all, like walking. You know, yeah.
All right, I'm not going to get anything out of the children. I go to the husband and the wife.
Yeah.
And for the record, what is the husband's name?
His name is Kuth.
Kuth, and he is conscious.
He is conscious, but you can see he is he's bleeding badly. He's badly injured. You know, and his wife Linan is like really supporting him as best as she can while holding the spear in her other hand, like trying to, like, she doesn't want to put this spear down, but she's like.
Does anyone have any healing? Sorry to interrupt.
I don't. But
Not yet.
I will go over to. Well, okay. Before I do that, is Hugon confident that he knows who these people are? Does he feel like he knows these people?
You've never seen them before.
Well, I know these people.
You know these people, but despite them knowing us, I've never seen these people in my life.
No.
Okay, this is strange.
People are strange when they're strangers.
Can I just do like a general, or if anyone else has any better arcane, or actually I'm not bad. Can I just do, whoa, I went out of focus, weird. Sorry, distraction. Can I do a check to see if they're like real people? Like it's actually real them, not just maybe an illusion?
So you probably want to do, I guess, would that be, what kind of check do you want to do?
Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure. It's Dungeons and Dragons. You can do what you want.
Okay, let's just try Arcana.
I will go support Kuth and help him toward the shop.
And that is why I love groups like this. It's Dungeons and Dragons. You can do what the hell you want.
It doesn't mean it'll be successful.
It's a 14.
A 14. You had done detect magic before at the beginning of this whole thing, right? If I remember,
I did some, like, I tried to do just a general,
yeah,
did something
right.
happen?
And everything, so you did a detect magic because you wanted to see, and you said what kind of school it was, and everything in itself, like, lit up, right? The entire world, to the point where it was like you almost had to bring your goggles down to help filter out that feedback. You reach out your senses, and you can feel that these are real people in so much as they're part of whatever else is happening around you right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk behind the shop.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up a stone off the floor.
Okay.
And try and test how far my powers will stretch.
If you start doing this and dodging,
well, no, I'm thinking about
the equivalent of bullets are.
Like if I can, well, I can already do that. I'm a monk. I literally have missile deflect. Can I like look into like the molecular makeup of these freaking rocks? Like, are they actual rocks? Are they like what kind of magic is it putting these together? Is it illusional magic? Is it divine magic? Because the thing I saw before had a divine sense to it.
Yeah. Do an Arcana check or something similar if you have a similar. If you feel like there's another one, that would be a more appropriate roll.
I have performance. I could do a performance.
No, it would not be performance. That's that Patrick Rothfuss bullshit. No. The PRBS does not apply in this situation.
I really want to make that an emoji.
I don't think perception would count with it because I'm looking at it. But no, if I'm trying to find out what kind of magic, it would just be Arcana.
Yeah.
You are trying to perceive reality.
17.
17. So you were already kind of aware
Yeah.
that this is some kind of construct. And it's got this divine feeling. So as when this rock that you have in your hand, it feels real. It has the heft of a rock. If you were, as a dwarf, had you not already been aware of your current circumstances, you would swear
This was a rock.
this is a rock.
I do technically get advantage on that check, but I don't think I need it.
But yeah, I mean, but because it's like being in a dream where if you're not aware that you're in a dream, that's a rock.
All right.
And-
So here's the next thing I'm going to try. I'm going to try and make the rock disappear.
The rock does not disappear.
Okay.
Can he smell what the rock is cooking?
God damn it.
Look.
None of you done it. I was waiting for one of you.
Look.
Ah!
The Corb says you need to know your role and shut your mouth.
Oh my lord.
Otherwise, I'm going to turn this rock sideways and shove it up your candy ass. You can take a walk down the
Are
road
we
and
gonna
check
get
into the
some
SmackDown
John's
All
Hotel.
right, guys, thanks. Great game. We'll see you all next week.
You're talking
Just
to
waiting
you're
for-
talking to a bona fide wrestling fan about rock
We-
quotes.
We
I know.
peaked weeks ago. We peaked during the tech tests.
That's it. We're done. Goodbye. Thanks for watching.
Sorry.
No, I'm concerned and afraid of this dream world. I hate it, and I want it to burn.
I hate everything about it. It's terrible.
I don't know what Hugon would do in this scenario. He has people who seem to know who he is, people who've never seen him in his life. It's snowing. I mean, the man has seen some weird shit, but this is taking the cake. Okay, so he's going to try and start processing reality. When he goes over to support Kuth and help him along his way, does he like there's blood on Kuth, right? Like fresh. You're muted, Brian.
You pushed a button.
Oh no.
Or you unplugged a thing.
My
Oh,
magic
can you
is
hear me?
working.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. So now yeah, there's blood on him when you.
So like when I touch, like when I I get it, some of it on me, or like when I'm helping him and stuff, like it feels like blood. It's real. Does it taste like blood?
Do you taste the blood?
Like that metallic taste.
Yeah, that copper
It's
tang.
not like It's
Are
not
you
like
saying
corn
you're
syrup.
the guy, you're like,
No. But like, if there's a lot of blood, there's like that copper
it's
tang in the
that
air.
odor and yes, I brushed my teeth with the man's blood. This is dream blood.
yeah.
tastes
But,
like
like,
blood.
When he okay, does he have like a lung wound? Is he
He's like-
spraying?
he goes,
oh no,
yeah, it's
And you froze.
you froze a little bit, but that's okay.
me. No, okay.
Just a little.
Yeah.
You're good. Yeah.
No, this.
But does it have that scent, that
Yes.
coppery, like metallic, like sort of twist your stomach scent? Okay.
Mhm.
This is concerning, but like at the same time, it's like, oh, wounded civilian, better help. And
Yeah. Linan says we were attempting to get ourselves to the keep. That's where we're trying to get to, but we were attacked by that group of gnolls.
what keep? Where?
Pinedale Keep.
I'd look over at Drenmai and was like, Drenmai, is there a keep in Pinedale?
I do. Yes. Okay.
Yes, there is. Yeah,
yes,
that's
there's a keep here.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
this
That way.
is this the keep of the Lord?
Would I know that?
Yeah, you would know that. So yeah, it's so Pinedale does not have a lord. Does not have a. It hasn't had a like ruling family. It's ruled by a council.
Okay.
And from the council, they elect a mayor.
But you said there was this Lord Amasis in the area.
He's outside. He's not in Pinedale. He's actually outside of the chunk.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
right. That's
All
yeah.
right.
So but this
Isn't
was
this
the
area like. What did you say it was? Elves or something that are kind of this area?
The druids.
Druids. But so the keep that was actually one of the that's from the founding of Pinedale. So it is a bit of a stronghold. Now we're not talking about like massive, castle. It is a stronghold of sorts. It's not like huge. It's not, it's basically some stone walls and a large building. It's not like a castle, but it is, when they first founded the town, the town usually is founded with its stronghold first, and then it kind of spreads out from there. One point. So that's where they're. That's the keep that she is talking about.
I relay all that info.
Yes, that's fine. Point the way. Let's go.
I walk out from behind the shop.
Uh-huh.
I walk straight up to this lady, and I'm like, "All right, why are you looking at me like I'm dead?"
Because you died.
Clearly not.
I watched you die.
No, you didn't.
I did 3 months ago.
But I'm here.
I can see that.
So you either didn't watch me die, or I didn't die because I'm here.
Okay.
So who the fuck are you? Why the fuck are we here? Also, why are you trying to get to the keep?
Because there's gnolls attacking the town, and we're trying to find a safe place to be.
Where? We killed them all.
You can hear there's like marauding around in the city. There's other things. There's other happenings around the town. You can hear there's active like screams of terror and anguish elsewhere.
Well, Corbin being Corbin isn't going to stop if there are other screams of anguish. So Corbin's going to go looking for the other screams of anguish.
I think Hugon is going to help them toward the keep.
Okay.
How far is the keep? He will ask that question.
Someone might want to show the moon to Thunuk as well. Just
show the what?
The guy's fucking stomach wound.
Yeah.
To the healer.
Yeah, I'd be nice to know about that.
You've been what?
It'd be nice to know about that.
Yeah.
Hey, he's bleeding pretty badly. Thunuk, you want to fix him up real quick? Get him on his feet.
I did what was it? A healing word? Or was it cure wounds on?
I think it was healing word on me. No, it was cure wounds because I got a D8 back.
Oh, I also healed Junmai.
Ah, okay.
I remember.
But you can
Yeah,
do
I
like
went back to full
but
health.
you can do like a medicine check to staunch bleeding. You
Yeah,
can do...
does it, he's not. Some first aid would you can
Triage.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do some triage.
Yeah.
1 second. All right.
Wait, I didn't even ask last time. When we got teleported, is Razzie with me?
Oh, your dragon?
My dragon.
Yeah, he is it a he or a she?
Okay. It's a he.
But yeah, remember
As
he
much
was
as a
asleep.
mechanical can be a he.
Yeah, he was he was sleeping upstairs. Remember, because he didn't wake up for you.
Yeah, he was sleeping upstairs.
Yeah. Remember, yeah, because you said that he wouldn't wake up for you. His job is to wake you up.
Yes. Okay, so
didn't
he's here. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I'm confused. I'm gonna go and retrieve him
Okay.
while this is all happening. I just kind of wander off, and I'm small.
22 on the medicine.
Okay, so you're able to. You have like you always have like medicinal herbs and things on you.
Mhm.
It's probably a habit that you have that as you're walking through the woods, you would normally just be like, oh, I can use that for something, and oh, that flower is good for this, and you're always kind of just like picking as you go. So you're able to staunch the bleeding. You're able to patch it up. You're able to like wrap him up. So he's still in bad shape, but you've definitely stabilized him and helped ease the pain somewhat with your medicinal training.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And it's always you're always very careful because I can imagine like these very large hands, but being very very delicate and precise when it comes to dealing with for what might be a gaping wound for him is like more like a paper cut for your hands. It's just
yeah.
speaking.
As someone who basically worships gods who deal with nature and seasons and time,
Mm-hmm.
would I be able to discern whether or not that amount of time really has passed?
Interesting.
Whether or not this is a false season?
So are you trying? Well, let's do a check on that. What kind of
Nature?
nature or religion check? I think would either one of those would be.
They're similar in how they work for me, so I'm just gonna say religion
Okay.
or either one. These are both
Mhm.
-2s. 0.
How do you have a -2 to knowledge religion?
Did I mention I have an intelligence of 7?
So, you think this is called snow? You've heard about this,
Yep.
It's cold.
and you think this might be what humans call cold.
The first thing on my mind is I can make snowballs. Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Oh my gosh.
So
Okay.
how far is the keep from here?
With Kuth now a little bit better. He's not going to be leaning quite as heavily on anyone.
Right. He's not going to die.
Yeah, and he's not, and you can see he can kind of support his own weight, but
Right.
it would take you probably a good 5 to 10 minutes to walk there if you were just going to go straight from Clue's shop to the keep.
Okay.
Dren shop.
Sorry, Dren's shop. I apologize. You know what? I have written clues on this, and that is wrong.
That's bad.
Bad.
Are
So,
the beds
DM.
of combat that we're hearing, are they in between us and the keep? Do we have to go through all that?
It's coming from just about everywhere. So it's where you are right now. You wouldn't necessarily be able to determine exactly where, but it
Mhm.
sounds like they're probably in that direction.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Q-Gun, despite not really understanding what's happening, kind of defaults back to his standard behavior and assists the wounded person and the wounded person's family toward the keep, if at all possible, with his weapon in hand. Did Corbin intentionally secretly vanish, or did he just like openly go to find the other sources?
Well, if the sources are between us and the keep, he's gonna walk to you with you guys to the keep.
Okay, cool.
I am, however, gonna stealth.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna Batman out.
So are you kind of like scouting ahead and coming back, or like what's your
Like the idea being like I'll stealth off to the side.
okay,
Like if they're like walking down the middle of the road, like I'll be
like shadowing them,
like I'll be going over rooftops and stuff like that.
right? Okay.
He's in predator mode. Okay.
And
It's
that's a 21 on my stealth check. So
I love it. I love it.
All right, so you're stealthing. Are the rest of you kind of what are the rest of you doing, moving towards the keep?
I'm keeping my
I
eyes
come
open.
back down with Razzie, and I launch him up in the air so he can kind of give me bird's eye view of what's
like
going on.
I like it.
Okay. So he's giving you, he's kind of flying ahead and reporting back. Is that how he works?
Yeah,
in
I can
fact?
whatever sensory. I've got all kinds of little trinkets and gadgets and kind of like a walkie-talkie-esque type thing, but going on.
Thunuk, would you please carry Kuth? I need 2 hands to fight.
Thunuk is going to take out a large, his size blanket, and basically just baby Bjorn Kuth to himself.
I love it.
That is
In the
incredible.
front.
That is truly incredible.
So you got this man baby.
Yeah, he's carrying him around like in a swaddle.
I love it. No, that's brilliance.
Okay.
That's absolute brilliance.
But
And the
I'm-
children. The children are like on his back and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if we're
They're-
heading that way, I'm gonna use prestidigitation and make some fireworks like over there, maybe in
Okay.
my shop or in that general direction, so they can go woo ah and go that way. Pluck them off the nook, pop.
Oh, okay.
So basically
Go
make
there.
noise away from us.
Yeah, noise, sparkly, shiny things.
Okay.
And I'll tell the parents, because obviously she needs to go take care of him and whatnot. Go watch your kids. You can hide out in my shop. Don't touch anything.
Well, we're heading to the keep.
Yeah, they're heading to the keep to be
Well,
safe.
we're heading to the keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all of
That's-
us.
Are they heading to the keep?
Who?
Yes.
I'm
Yes, the
guiding
kids are
them to
basically
this.
The
Still
whole point of us
horribly
going to the
moving.
keep is to get this family to the keep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay.
So we're gonna rewind time.
Pop him back on Sanook.
Get Dren to actually start paying attention and not looking for shiny things on the ground.
Yes. There was 0 perception checks.
All right. So
Yeah.
So
you're
Hugon's
trying.
Hugon's ranging just a little bit ahead, like maybe 20, 30 feet ahead of the party,
Okay.
just to be the sort of vanguard there.
Are you attempting to move stealthily, or are you just?
No, there's no
Walking along.
there's no such thing as stealth for Hugon. He doesn't understand stealth, or rather, that's what it would look like to Corbin, I'm sure. This human racket.
Well, why don't you roll a stealth check and let's find
Yeah.
Okay,
out.
I'll roll it. I'll roll a stealth
He
check.
breathed. He breathed so loudly we could shoot him in the dark.
Yeah, exactly.
We could
I don't-
shoot him in the
Describing
dark.
his noisiness is I get to imagine that one of those one-man bands with a drum on his back. And
Kadoom! Boom.
What kind of armor do you wear?
I have chainmail.
So you have disadvantage on your stealth
Yeah, you have-
check.
Yes, I do have disadvantage. I'm. That's why I was just assuming that I was going to
Well,
not
it's-
understand.
Look, dude, you could roll a 19 and a 20.
That's true. That's true. Okay, I will go ahead and roll.
All right. So.
Disadvantage
In fact, why
on
doesn't
stealth.
everybody do roll a stealth check? Except for obviously, I think you just said Corbin. You already rolled.
I got a
yours?
21.
Right.
Ninja dwarf.
That's from.
Uh,
By the way,
let's
that's
see.
That's with rolling a 15. I have +6 to stealth.
Dick.
I got a 9.
Okay.
When
Kiss
I,
many.
when I said I Batman, when I say I Batmaned out, I Batmaned the fuck out.
Right.
Like you turned around and I wasn't there anymore.
Poof. That's very rude. Okay, first roll on the die is a 6. Second roll. Let's hope it's not as bad.
So we all suck at stealth.
Yeah,
I
so
rolled
I'm
a 16 on the second roll, so my stealth is 6
6.
plus Dex.
Okay, so you're able to what was the second one?
I have disadvantage, so I have to take the worst one. So 6.
6. Okay. So
Awful, in other words.
so as you're creeping or attempting to creep along.
So
you've got,
creep.
Stop that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I
creeping
couldn't help it.
on the down low.
So as you're attempting to creep along, Hugon, you're ranging out. Corbin, you're doing your Batman thing along the roofs, keeping an eye on, kind of scanning around. You're able to move up through about 2 blocks, and you start to see, as you start to move through, the smoke from the fires is thick. It's snowing, so visibility is low. But you see, a group of people ahead of you, of 3 of the townspeople. It looks to be townspeople ahead of you, and they're moving in the direction of the keep. But Corbin, you see from your vantage point coming down an alley from like, so if they're walking up here, you're hopping along all the buildings here, you can see over there a group of gnolls stalking their way.
How many?
You count 6
Okay.
that are stalking towards this group of townspeople who seem unaware of the of them about to what
How
looks
far away from me are the gnolls? Or at least the lead gnoll.
the lead gnoll. You're probably within, I'd say, probably about 30 feet.
Then
or
I'm
so.
gonna lob a fucking throwing star at him.
Nice.
So
With-
why don't we roll for initiative?
Well, this
then?
would be a surprise
That's fine.
All right.
with Neo strength.
So,
Off the table.
nonetheless, this would initiate.
Well, the way surprise works is you resolve the combat round and then you roll initiative.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we'll get it all done. So we'll do.
Yeah.
You're gonna get your attack, and then we'll go into initiative.
All right.
So, what does everybody have?
Want it out? I got a 3.
I have a.
I physically can't get a 3.
How do I? Where the?
7.
It's
7.
4 plus
wait.
Dex, right?
What was I supposed to add?
You add your dex modifier.
Yeah. Okay. I just it's not marked in my
I
sheet.
got
So it's,
5.
So you got a 5. Thunic, what did you get?
7. Yeah.
7.
Mhm.
Who
I have
got?
6.
You have a 6.
Yeah, I rolled like piss.
Wait,
Hang on.
what did you get? What did Dren get? 3.
A 3, but
I
then she
rolled a
added her
3, so I
dex.
got 5.
6. Thunic has.
I've got more than the other
Yeah, I
3
know.
of them added
Again.
together.
What? So what do you
Oh,
have?
I have a 19.
19.
Bob, you're making us all look bad.
This is
Stop.
literally what my character is built to do.
I know. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Your dwarf is
I'm not mad. I'm disappointed. All of us.
extraordinary.
Shut up, Mom.
I
All right,
want
so this
I
is
want to
your-
be as your dwarf is. I want to aspire to the heights that your dwarf is capable of.
Be a dwarf.
Yeah.
3.
Now we got to rewrite that. Song.
4.
Right, so I'm going to
Alright.
get my surprise attack.
All right, so let's go ahead and do that.
That would be 18 against their armor.
Yep, that'll hit.
Alright. So just out of the shadows on the top of the rooftop, this like end over what you would think is technically just a hunk of metal that has been sharpened at the edges just flies like in front of like Hugon's face and down the alleyway into one of the knolls,
Nice.
basically.
I love it.
Okay.
Did I see the hunk of metal? Should I
Yeah,
push
it's
that?
like right this flash before your eyes.
Like, huh.
For how many?
For 9 points of damage.
Christ, man.
So that thing lands like right between the head of that little pack, right in between his eyes, and he almost like doesn't realize he's dead as he takes like another step, and then it's more like this sort of like and it crumples
he just
down
powers
like
down like
yeah, it's like this delayed reaction, like where he like the life goes out of his eyes, but the brain still has him take like 2 more steps before the body catches up and it's like, oh wait, no, I have expired.
So Hugon clearly saw the flash of metal. Does he see where it went? Should
Yeah,
I
you see it, you see it fly right down the aisle
and
the alley
smack a
there.
knoll?
Yeah, well, you're like a little bit behind. You're 30 feet away as well, because they were hunting this other
Okay.
group of townspeople.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
you're able to. You see where this, because he had a, because you know the where you were, Corbin. You had to have a little bit of a
Yeah.
parabola on it. You know.
Right.
Yeah. You know.
You curved it.
Yeah. Exactly.
You
Then
wa-
he stops. He does. He like looks at the. You know, throws some blades of grass.
like it went
near-
around Angelina Jolie's head.
Yes.
Terrible
This is
movie.
like-
Terrible.
This
Oh
is
god,
like
that
a
movie was so
terrible
bad.
Nah, man,
movie.
this is like a Jack Nicholson putt. man.
Terrible movie. fantastic comic book.
Oh, dude, the graphic novel is
Great
incredible.
But this is like a Jack Nicholson putt,
It's gorgeous.
where it's just gorgeous. It just curves and boom and lands.
Like it is possible to derive physical satisfaction from this throw.
And it did, because it killed an old.
Yeah, it did.
So we are now very officially in initiative.
Mhm.
So Corbin, that was like your first move. You threw this hunk of metal.
Yep.
So what is you're at the top of the.
I will prepare an action
Okay.
for the long and the short of it being, I'm gonna heft another throwing star, aka sharpened hunk of metal. Long story short, for those that are watching, because there are no actual rules for throwing stars, I paid the gold for hand axes and are just flavoring them as
that's
throwing stars. Oh,
That makes perfect sense.
we just
So
got to
you're
follow.
You're readying your action and
And I'm just like, if they start emerging from the
well, they're like they see that, and now they're starting to rush out of the.
yeah, but the idea being like if Hugon can get in front of them to stop them
Oh,
attacking
okay.
the
I got you.
because I've recognized that Hugon, being a polearm fighter, is a very defensive fighter, and since they're coming down an alleyway, he can block the alleyway
Yeah.
and like take them on one at a time as they come at him.
Read my mind. That was the goal there.
So the idea being that I'm gonna sit on the rooftop, ready my batarang, and if any of them get past Hugon, I am going to pulp them.
Can we call it a dwarf-orang?
My dwarfarang, yeah, sure.
Please.
Dwarfarang.
I know
So-
it's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
Well, it is now their turn in the order here.
Initiative order.
And okay, now so they don't know where that came from. They don't know where the dwarfarang came from.
Mhm.
They just saw there. So they're starting to pour out of the alleyway here, out into the street, and they look around and they see the group of townspeople, and some of them are starting to make a run for them. There's about 6 townspeople there, and then the other ones, the other, so 2 of them are going over there, and then the other ones see your group on the street and start making their way down towards you guys. The first ones that are going after the townspeople. Yeah. So one of them comes in with this spear, and is able to just ram it through the neck and upper thoracic spine of one of the townspeople, and just runs in like.
I did have an action readied.
Yep.
That the moment they went to attack the townspeople, I was going to throw the axe.
So go ahead and throw the axe.
What'd you do?
It's a natural 20.
Oh,
Oh!
Hey! Wah, 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 wah.
and you're still neoing too, aren't you?
I have literally never rolled this well in any game ever.
Hey,
And I have been playing this
I'll
game
take it.
for 39 years.
this is a
You
good
know what
thing.
this means, though? You're burning through all of them now.
No. It means I've been building dice karma for 40 fucking years.
That's it.
Yes.
Okay,
You don't
well, then
understand. I
roll
played
for,
IRL D&D with my group yesterday, and in a fight, which was like 7 goblins against 1 PC, I rolled 14 ones as the
Wow.
DM.
Jeez.
Jeez, man.
Yeah, dude. I apologize, Brian, but fuck yes.
All right. Well, listen. Roll for damage.
Yeah, dude. You just
Now-
keep killing it. Just
Now,
keep
do you
rocking.
want to have me roll 2d6, or do you want me to roll 1d6 and double it?
2d6.
All right. 12 points of damage.
Jesus.
You're fucking them up, man. We need a binding UN resolution to limit Corbin's dice rolls.
Dwarf
This
of mass. The WMD, weapon of mass dwarfing.
So this one, you're able to. It comes flying in because you're throwing it from a roof, right?
Yep.
So it comes in and it kind of levels off a little bit. Like it comes down and levels off and comes right across the first one's jugular. And just like this arterial spray.
It's like that moment in Kill Bill where she takes the top of Oren's head off.
Yeah, but it comes
Like a
right across
satanic frisbee.
here, where it just comes and like one of those. If you remember, okay, so if you remember the Nintendo game Super Dodgeball.
Yes.
There was one where you could jump up in the air, and the super throw was in the air. You'd throw it, and it would go down, and then it would level off and fly and accelerate. And it kind of does that right through the one Null's neck.
I love it.
Like arterial spray, just
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
to the point where Horatio Kane is sitting there looking at it and picking up blood splatter and figuring out. But the other one,
or it could be from the wire where they're like,
and he's like, whoever did this was very knowledgeable.
Yeah. It's like that scene it's like that scene from The Wire where like later they're looking at it, the constable's looking going,
motherfucker,
fuck. Yeah, fuck. Anyway, so the second one is able to run in and ram this spear and almost like ground the townsperson, the villager, like into the ground, with enough force that you're relatively certain that townsperson is no longer among the living.
Well, that's not acceptable.
No. Generally, in most circles, it is not. Thunuk,
Mm-hmm.
it is to you.
Okay.
The other group is closing in. You were far enough away where they couldn't quite close the gap, but they're like almost on top of you.
I'm going to. I'm debating on whether or not to put guidance on Hugon so he can kebab some of these guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be some kebabbing.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'll do that now. I'm going to assist you in your kebabs.
I love it.
And give you guidance.
Okay.
So.
Now, for the record, what does guidance do in this edition?
I touch one willing creature once before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add that number. Add the rolled number to any one ability check of your choice.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that.
Combat rolls are not ability checks, are they?
No. But that's okay because they're pretty far away from me, right?
They're closing in on you.
Okay, but it's going to take me some effort to get over there, right?
You get it. You can get it there in your normal movement.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Yeah.
They're closer than I thought.
Yeah.
This is a duration of 1 minute, so it's not going to really be worth it.
Well, if I need to strength something or dex something, I mean,
Bear in mind, a combat round is 6 seconds, so that will last 10 combat rounds.
I like it. Okay.
Yeah.
This is useful, and I like it. I like it. Okay.
Did you use your action to cast guidance on?
Yes.
Okay.
Boop. Boop for guidance.
You boop them on the nose?
Boop. Guidance boop.
Oh, wait, no, this is not a cantrip, so never mind, I've already used it. Yeah, booping on those guidance. Yeah, this has never been done to you by me. This is weird. You're
so
like,
it's an ass
my
pat.
nose.
Go for it. Get there, little guy.
See, I have a bonus action and movement left. Is there a place where I can stow the children, so I have a little bit of movement? Like
I mean, the kids aren't impeding your movement, but you probably don't want to wait in.
I don't want to be wearing child armor. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, you
now,
can
if
see,
you were an
there's like
evil cleric, yes.
you could
Yes.
see like there's like some crates and barrels like stacked or like in front of, so you could tuck them over there.
I'm gonna put them and their father over by the crates and barrels, and basically
Okay.
just sort of stand between the crates and barrels and the rest of the world.
You're
Okay.
taking them to Crate and Barrel.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. To the and Linan is gonna go with them and just sort of like, she still has her spear, so she's gonna be keeping an eye on them.
Hmm.
Okay. Hugon.
It is time to do the work. So, how many gnolls are coming my way?
3.
Cool. Fuck them. I charge.
How many? 3. Cool. All right.
You should have said 7. Cool, whatever.
Fuck them.
He's just like, let's go.
Let's rock. Let's rock. I'm feeling pretty good after my my gnoll peeling event. I've got a sniper on the roof supporting me with dwarf harangues. I've got a big nasty cleric supporting me with excellent magical ability. I have a laser gnome. Like, I feel pretty good. We're gonna go wreck some face. Okay, so
quickly before he does this, between seeing him getting patted on the butt and the situation we find ourselves currently in, I make a mental note to contact head office about consent forms.
Oh no, I didn't pat. I
that
pooped
was
him.
my joke. He
Nose.
touched me on the face.
He pooped the nose.
I
Still,
pooped him.
still.
Bad touch.
Reasonable decision.
That's fine. Like, I feel like empowered by the guidance, but also like, I don't know if
I feel like he violated your space a bit.
just
there.
a little. Okay, so
Feel like get touched.
I charge the nearest gnoll, and I have 10-foot reach with my halberd,
Okay.
and I intend to make him regret his life choices, and hopefully limit the future possibilities of bad life choices.
Right.
Okay, I will roll now.
Okay. Let's do that.
I have let me double check here. 19 to hit.
Yes, that'll definitely hit.
Delicious. Now we will do our D10 of damage.
Mm-hmm.
I have 10 damage.
Okay.
Now, is he still alive?
Very much no.
Excellent. Do I have another gnoll within my reach?
You do.
Okay. I would like to use my 1d4 bludgeoning attack against this gnoll
Okay. So you have to roll.
from Polearm Master.
Okay. So it's basically you step in and okay. So
Yeah. I want to think of an upward arc for this one, like kind of an upward scything arc on the first one, and then turning the.
He wants.
Okay.
You're muted, Bob.
You're
He
muted,
wants
Bob.
to smack it in the balls, is what he wants.
Yes, that's essentially what I'm trying to achieve. There's going to be some bollock smacking.
Wolfmen don't have nards.
Shh.
Well,
So
I forgot-
so far today, you've made me want to watch Monster Squad
That's what it was.
and Lost Boys.
We were supposed to watch that during Halloween. We forgot to.
I have a 17 to hit on this attack roll.
That would indeed hit.
Fantastic. I will D4.
Okay.
I have a 7 points of damage.
Jesus.
Hey man, he's a strength fighter.
Yeah. Okay. So that
Not only does it shatter his testicles, it
so
breaks.
describe to me how, because this drops both of the gnolls. So
Have you seen
describe-
have you seen like the new Mortal Kombat games where they X-ray in?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then have you seen the Sniper Elite games
Yes,
where they X-ray in
yes.
when you shoot someone in the nuts? I'm seeing a combination of the two.
Yeah. So
So-
describe to me. Yeah. Just
Hugon
flavor this.
is seeing the peasant be ground into the paving stones by that spear. It awakens a very unhappy part of Hugon Valander, and so he charges straight at these assholes, and he comes across and up with the axe blade of his halberd,
Mhm.
and just bisects the dude from armpit to collarbone.
Ooh.
Just pops him right off, and then using the momentum, turns on his heel and drives the butt of the halberd into the rib cage of the second gnoll, and shatters the thing's sternum and crushes its vital organs.
Ooh. Yeah, they both drop.
Yeah.
They both drop.
How many nulls are left?
2.
Clues it is time to fire the laser beam.
Oh, we're firing the laser. I'm gonna look around, and you said there were a bunch
Laser.
of crates.
Laser.
A laser.
With a Z.
Laser. Preparations A
I wanna-
through G are complete.
Call it the Alan Parsons Project.
Okay.
So you're going to be looking at your little dragon going, complete me.
God damn it. This is just hit after hit after hit.
It's called search engine optimization. Fuck off.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. I love it. I love it.
So, Drenmai, what will you be doing?
Anyways, I know this town pretty well, obviously, and you said
do.
there were a bunch of crates and barrels and stuff around, not the store, actual things.
Yes.
So,
Well, there is the crate and
What's-
barrel store where you buy your crates
oh
and
no.
barrels. No, it's right here.
Is there a cracker barrel too?
Hey, Cracker Barrels are awesome. They
They
better
have
be.
them. They have barrels of crackers at
Okay.
some of the inns.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are
All
going
right.
off the rails.
Yep.
That you're assuming that we started on the rails.
No.
What are these rails that you speak of?
Anyway,
What is in the ones that are around us, or the knolls in particular?
what is in them? I'm assuming viscera.
No. What is
no,
in
the crates and barrels.
Oh, you can't really tell. I mean, they're covered up. It's not like they're like overflowing with like fish or anything like that. Are you looking for something in particular?
I was looking to see if we were somewhere around a store that has any kind of explosives.
Oh Jesus.
Lamp oil?
Chaos
Lamp
Nutella.
oil? No.
Yeah, lamp oils, things that are flammable, you know? I know the store, so I would know what they would carry.
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it.
You think there might be the one corner store? Yeah. There'd be they sell varying oils and ointments. The oil store. And they're like,
Sorry. No,
It's
that's
called
fine.
the body
That's fine.
shop.
The oil store.
it's kind of like it would be. Yeah. It's the.
Is this where the wrestlers go for their oil?
Look, the Corb has spent many an hour in the oil store.
Yes. Yes. Even though he's dead.
So yeah, so yeah, there could be some barrels out front that have.
How far is it from me?
20, 30 feet.
Okay, perfect, because I'm going to fire the laser at it.
Okay.
How close is it to the knolls? Because if it's nowhere near the knolls, why are you firing a laser at it?
Because laser.
Because boom.
Or you could just shoot the knoll.
Because there's 2 left, and I want to get both.
But if
I
it's
can.
not-
They're far enough apart where you would.
I would say if you're not going to get both of them, or if it's nowhere near them, like you just
Yeah, the
setting
one.
off fireworks at that
The
point.
one is probably within about
That's what I
10
do.
about 10 feet of your group. The other one is on top of that group of villagers.
Your Jubilee?
Oh, there's some on top of the group of villagers?
Yeah, that was the one where Corbin.
Okay, I'm going to just then fire laser straight at that one.
Okay.
I want to get that one.
Okay.
Okay. That would be a 13.
A 13 will hit.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I get
So
one d10.
let's see some. So this is the one that's attacking.
Pardon me.
Yeah, the one that's attacking the villagers.
Okay.
That's 5 points of damage.
That's enough.
Okay. Yes. It kills him.
Yes.
Okay. So basically,
describe to me what happened.
Zorch.
basically, I see that my potential people that I know and stuff, and I get my staff out with my little lantern on it, and I'm just gonna fire a little beam. Yeah, right at him. Take him out.
What
Burn a
color
hole.
is the beam? What
Burn
color
a
is the beam?
hole. Oh, it's purple.
I like
Oh,
it's like that awful Resident Evil movie where like that hallway with lasers in it.
It just
Yeah.
Which is
Exactly.
and it's like and then slide.
Well, I see this thing where it's kind of like this real quick beam, like little
Yep,
laser,
it
and
goes,
this
it
little
goes right through him.
and this little pinhole appears like in the Knoll's like armor, and the smoke like just comes up like this little
Like
tiny.
the front is a pinhole, the back's like a crater.
Yes, exit wound.
Yeah,
Yes.
just like
That's how lasers work.
Yeah.
just right through, and then this you just sort of see like The
If
one
you
arm
were to,
goes
if you were to
droop.
look at him, it goes right into it. You don't really see much of anything, and then if camera pans back around, you just see basically.
And there's an
back
exit wound the
is
size of a
gone.
basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what vaporizing water does.
she's someone in the chat said, "You following hollow point lasers?" So I have a question for the DM.
Yes.
How Neo am I?
As Neo as your rolls go.
How Neo are you looking to be?
How do you feel about telekinesis?
Oh,
I feel as though it would require an active will that you wouldn't necessarily be able to muster.
Okay. Because I wanted to have this really awesome moment of like the part of the body that Hugon had bisected. I wanted to catch it in midair and throw it at another knoll.
killing
I
gnolls with other gnoll pits.
Didn't you just do that?
Yes. You can't do the same trick
Hey,
twice.
no. Look, it's a classic. It's well respected.
So is there one
It's gonna
knoll?
be like
There's
his
one knoll
trademark.
left, right?
There is one knoll left. That
Like,
is,
I'm gonna flat out Assassin's Creed this motherfucker off the rooftop.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're like running alongside, and then just like full on like. All right.
Bam! Right on the top
Is
of his
there
head.
no dex check for him running on rooftops?
He's Matrix Neo.
Not no.
I can make
We're
it.
not talking about. It's not like a difficult terrain situation.
I have acrobatics +6. I'll happily roll.
That's not bad.
So, what are you attacking with? Is this like a?
I'm gonna jump down and punch him in his head.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
All right.
Like terminal velocity dwarf fist is the plan.
Okay, so you're gonna do your Assassin's Creed kind of like, and then the leap of faith. The leap of
Assassin's
faith,
Creed
like
bludgeoning weapon. I like it.
Like if I had a hammer, it would be the full on like whoa.
except it's double hammer fist. It's the
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the Kirk.
I'm
Are you
bringing
doing
down.
the Kirk?
I'm bringing down the whole like double axe handle, like Macho Man Randy Savage style.
Oh yes. I love it. Yeah. Get it, brother.
Really?
That would be a 19.
19.
that would indeed hit.
God
The
damn
cream of the crop rises to the top.
Oh my god.
it. No, this is incredible. Don't stop.
Okay, so then at one of our random offshoot ones, we need
Mm-hmm.
to have a wrestling D&D session, okay?
No,
Can we make that happen?
Oh yeah, we'll play League of Heels.
1000%.
Do I
Please
get
don't.
any bonuses for jumping on him?
You'll get a high five.
I don't think you're gonna need
Right.
one.
All right, so my first attack does 10 damage,
Okay.
and then I have my secondary attack if you want me to use it.
You'd be punching a dead body.
Doesn't matter. Split
But-
that skull.
You
Do you-
want
do
to
you
punch
want-
the dead body.
If you want to punch the dead body, I'm not going to tell you not to.
Do a Sub-Zero spine rip.
He's thinking about
All
this.
right,
He's thinking.
so I've come down, right? I've come down. I've double axe handled him in the head. Like I've heard the crack of his spine, and
Yeah, he used to be about
All right.
6'3". Now he's about 5'6".
so he's bounced down to one knee, right?
Yeah.
But the momentum was like carried him back up in the air. I've landed, stood up. I kick him in the stomach, turn, and give him the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yes.
For talking wrestling.
And
Yes.
the noise. So you probably know there's like a big thing on YouTube with like chiropractic adjustment videos.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
love the
They're
sound.
pretty awesome.
So this is like that, but in reverse.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still get the crack, but rather than
Compression.
straightening out the spine and you have that relief, it almost it's the reverse of that, where
And-
you're causing active herniation to all of the discs.
This is incredible.
So I've gone bam, kick, stunner.
Yeah.
I don't
right.
know if I ever want to leave the dream world.
So I've landed the stunner, right?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna roll back up onto my feet and just scamper back up the building. which I will roll an athletics check for because Clues is having a mare.
Yes.
Why don't we do
One
that?
of these has to happen.
Yes.
That's a 19.
Okay.
Okay, so he hits.
So you
Fine
can't
then.
stop the dwarf.
I'm built to be Batman. Okay.
So that last knoll is dead.
I love it. I love every minute. This is the best.
I
The,
want to use Razi, and since he's flying up there, and I want to see if he can find us a least path of resistance to the keep.
Okay. So he goes up and he's flying. He's flying around. He's doing his little drone reconnaissance thing. You're waiting for him to get back. While you're doing that, you have that other group of townspeople now. Well, it was 5. Now there was 6. Now there's 5.
That upsets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all visibly in shock right now. But Razi goes flying around, comes back, and is able to give you an idea of how to cut through a few different alleys and get to the keep. Based on what he was able to see, you think this might be the safest route off of the
What
main
if we
road.
were to get everybody cardboard boxes? And we could get in the cardboard boxes.
Oh God.
There
Do
are
we have cardboard
there are a
in
lot
our
of crates.
world?
There's a lot of crates and barrels nearby.
Are we turning into Looney Tunes?
No, I
No,
was
okay,
thinking more Metal Gear Solid, but
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just all around in the box over your head.
Breh.
Should we shoot that box that just moved?
nah, it's just a
Eh.
box.
Probably
Don't worry
nothing.
about it. Just a box.
Just a box. What's a box gonna do? Yeah. So he he's able to give you an idea of a route you could take that would get you there with what looks to be the least amount of resistance.
Okay. And I'm going to attempt to motion to Dwarf and then the rest of everyone of guiding
Mhm.
which way.
We will be using your guiding light.
Do I have guiding light?
That's a railgun
You have a
spell.
you have
It's
a
not-
lantern.
Lantern.
Yeah, I do have a
Oh, okay,
lantern.
you're not talking about the spell. Okay.
No, I'm not.
Yeah,
talking.
I went right to the spell. I'm like, do I have that? I don't have that. I could do color spray and just make people
Nomenclature,
start turning
Brian.
colors.
Nomenclature.
So are you on your?
Was that an intentional gnome pun?
Which
No,
one?
nomenclature.
I can't claim
Oh,
it.
nomenclature.
He's gonna retcon
can't
that he
claim
did mean that.
I can't claim that. Nope, I can't claim it.
That's
I
okay. We'll
wasn't-
edit. We'll edit that part out. We'll just say that you did.
Right. Okay.
We'll take it out in post.
In post. Yes.
Podcast people believe it.
So okay. So you're moving. So you're gonna take this new route that Rezi figured out for you.
Well,
I am.
I'll come down then. I'll come
Okay.
down and
I
I'll
want to
Well-
make.
I'll
abs-
retrieve my hunks of metal as well.
I like it. I want to make absolutely certain that there are civilians behind me, not in front of me, not wandering
Like
around.
following you. Yeah. Okay.
Like there's a zone of safety between me, Thanuk, Drenmai,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever else, and they're allowed to be in that zone, but they're not allowed to wander out of it. This is a designated refugee zone.
This is the safe zone.
Find
If
I
Wyclef Jean.
I
Yeah.
could basically use Rozzy as like a herd dog.
That's
Like,
abs-
run circles around. Just keep
I like it.
keep them
you
herded.
do what you need to do, but like I need to be the first thing that the gnolls see if there are more gnolls.
Okay, that's fine. So I'm gonna call Rozzy back after we've gotten the thing, and Rozzy's just gonna have a little circle, be like, okay, you see anyone deviating, just do a little puff of fire right there.
Bite him.
Bite him. Bite the fuck out of him.
Just it's a little nip. It's a little.
I love
What the
it.
fuck is this tiny mechanical dragon thing? Yes.
So okay. So are you gonna again? Are you trying to move stealthily through the city? Are you trying to move? Are
Quickly.
you just strolling along?
I'm Batman.
Well, we know what Corbin wants to do.
I'm Batman.
Quickly.
Okay.
17. I only rolled an 11 that time.
Oh, okay.
I'll roll.
I'm not
Oh,
sure what the point is. Thanuk is very
I have a 21.
Whoa. Okay.
I rolled a natural 19.
Wait, what were we
With
rolling
disadvantage?
Oh no, you're
With
absolutely right.
disadvantage. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
3.
Oh.
Actually, let me.
Hey, I got a 3 too.
Woohoo.
for? What are we rolling? I didn't hear.
Stealth.
Stealth.
With disadvantage? Shit.
Wait, with disadvantage?
No, for him.
he
Damn
does.
it!
He wears plate mail.
Oh,
Damn
okay.
it.
He wears chainmail, so he gets disadvantage.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got a
chainmail, I'm sorry, yeah.
16.
Yep, chainmail, absolutely.
Is it chain shirt or is it chain mail?
It's chainmail.
Okay.
Fighters have the option to start with it.
Well, no, just chain shirts you don't get disadvantage for.
But a chain mail, you
Chain
do.
Yeah,
mail you
equipment.
do.
Starting equipment. The starting equipment package that I picked was chainmail, so
Okay.
it would definitely be disadvantage. But that's okay. That's okay.
It is heavy armor. Heavy armor.
It's deliciously heavy. It's purposefully heavy.
Just to cover some bases while all that's happening, Thunuk re-enchilds and wounded man himself.
He puts the wounded body in
childs.
the wounded Bjorn, and
Yep.
like attaches the child magnets to his shoulders.
So as you move along here, and I'm assuming did you bring that other group of townspeople with you?
Hell yes.
Yeah, we're hurting him.
I'm not.
That is a
Like,
thing
I'm
we
not
do.
gonna let like a bunch of like idiot civilians wander around while like there are gnolls about. It's not acceptable.
So as you
Are all of these civilians human?
yes,
Is Pinedale primarily human town? Dranmai? No.
No, it's not.
Have we seen any non-humans? Other
not
than the
yet.
gnolls?
You've only seen these
like
Gnomes?
eight people.
eight people out in
Alright.
town. It just happens to be who you came across.
Yeah, we're not really. I'm one of the few gnomes in this town, aren't I?
Yeah, one of the few
Yeah.
gnomes.
So this is not a representative
Representative.
population.
No, this is not a
Thank you.
good
Thank you,
sampling.
Representative. Thank you.
This is not a good. If you were doing a polling, this would not be good sampling.
I was trying to say representation and representative at the same time.
So as you're moving along through this path that Razzie outlined for you, you start. You're kind of like moving in between like alleys, like kind of off some of the side streets. You're trying to stay off the main street here because obviously that would be one of the most likely patrolled areas. And you get to this one square that's kind of like behind a lot of buildings. It's almost like a common area behind a bunch of shops and homes. And as you're peering around the corner, you see through the smoke and through the snow, you see this dark robed figure.
Is it me?
It is not.
Okay.
It
It is not Bat Dwarf.
is
A
not.
legitimate question.
It's a legitimate question.
It could be a mirror.
He's stealth off somewhere. We're like, where did he go? Could that be him?
So no, but in the middle of this square, you see this dark robed figure standing there, halberd firmly planted in the ground.
What?
Just 10 with this wicked looking.
Right. That wasn't a what. Please describe it again. That was a what. What the fuck is this?
It's a dark robed figure holding.
Yeah,
a
I know,
halberd.
but like, ugh.
And with him are two gnolls that are actively like searching along the perimeter right now. They've apparently heard something, and they're looking for whatever the source of that sound
I'm
was.
gonna glare at Rozzy and say this isn't exactly a clear path that I was looking for.
Or you could shut up because they're looking for people. The moment she tries to open her mouth, I'm just gonna stick my hand over it,
Except that, like it's your whole hand covers her
and,
face.
I'll just lean in. I'll be like, I just lean in right next to her ear and go.
I have this massive group of people.
Stealthy.
Okay, so they haven't seen us yet.
Not yet, but they are. They're looking
They're actively looking for us.
Yes.
Okay, and one of them is a dark-robed, non-gnoll figure with a halberd.
You don't know. All you see is it's a dark robe, hood pulled low, probably about 6 foot tall.
Okay, so it could potentially be a gnoll.
It could be any number of things, but it's
Okay.
holding this halberd, and it's standing pretty stoically.
Out of interest,
Yes.
just me being me.
Mhm.
How tall's Hugon?
Hugon is 5'11".
So he's like an inch shorter than 6 foot.
Yeah. He's
And the-
kind of big for a human. Yeah.
And the thing looking at us is 6 foot with a halberd. And
Mhm.
you're 6 foot with a halberd.
Essentially. If you
Or
count the helmet.
possibly in the future.
Well, hold on, though. They weren't afraid of me.
Yeah, that doesn't mean. They also said it's been a good. We haven't seen you in a long time.
Was that true? I thought they hadn't seen Corbin because he
No,
was
I'm dead apparently.
Right, you're dead apparently. DM, did they say they hadn't seen me in a while?
No, they just thanked you for.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Then I
Okay,
misheard.
good.
Then I misheard.
No,
Sorry.
They hadn't. Yeah, Corbin. They hadn't seen you in some.
No, I'm legitimately worried about a Dark Link scenario. I really am. This is Water Temple
What it
shit.
was sounding like.
This is Water Temple shit. Okay, so they haven't seen us, but we have seen them.
Mhm.
I immediately motioned for Thunuk to stop and for all the civilians to stop
Okay.
and try to get them into cover, like just
Do we?
out of
Do we-
plain sight.
Are there any like paths, other paths to our sides or something? Do I look around and see any escape routes? Because there's
So
a
you-
lot of people we have to worry
yeah.
about.
You look down the one, down towards the one alley, and there's like a burning heap of detritus from a building that looks like it might have collapsed.
Detritus.
So the only way would be to kind of go back the way you came, back out towards that main road.
Is there a non-on-fire building?
Everything's chaos.
Yeah, I mean the buildings next to you, as best you could tell, are not currently on fire.
I can fix that.
You hush, Bat Dwarf. Let's, if possible, without being seen, is it possible to move the civilians into that building so that they're out of plain sight?
I could also create a distraction to get to long enough to get them into the
True.
building.
Let's do that first. Clues, rock on. Let's do
Dren.
that first. Sorry, Dren. Sorry, do that.
Okay, then how much space is between us and them?
They are almost on top of you between so you're coming like almost between the corner of two buildings here.
Okay.
And so they're both like moving towards you. So they're probably both within about 15, 20 feet of coming. So if you wait too much longer, they're going to be on top of you and they're probably going to be able to see.
Are they
you.
out of view of the road figure, or
Like we're around the
No, the road
corner?
figure standing right in the middle of this common square.
and they're moving around the sides of the square?
Yes, yeah.
I don't like that.
Are there alleyways in and out of the square?
There's the one where you are, and there's one opposite of you.
All right.
Yeah.
And then he's right in the middle of it.
He's right in the
basically.
middle of it. Yeah.
So is there so we're kind of coming up this way. Is there like a building to us either on the right or the left where I can see a door or I know of a door where it's just kind of like around the corner?
Yeah. To the left, there's a door, like a kind of like a back door, like almost like a cellar door
Okay.
that you could.
I'm gonna.
So it's on your right, that's where that is. You're looking in front of you. That's where the square is, and the two knolls are coming around.
Okay.
towards you.
Okay, so on my right, it's there.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna pluck the children
Mhm.
off of the nook again. Pluck, pluck. I want
Yes.
to. Let's see who's gonna be the quickest in our group.
Shit, no, not Hugon.
Let's see.
It's gonna be between-
Neo.
It's going to be between Corbin and Thunuk on one because of either just the agility or just the sheer stride. I think that
Well,
Fearbolt would have.
technically, my movement is only 25 feet because I'm a dwarf,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I'm Neo in here.
Yeah, that's true. You're kind of in Neo modes.
Yeah.
So I want to look at dwarf, and I just say, okay, I'm gonna create a distraction so we can get this group into the cellar, or that's right around the corner. Can you basically get them in, shut them in, get back out? Because we're not obviously going to be able to get out of this.
I just nod.
Okay. So I'm going to cast dancing lights in kind of an arc from us around the corner. I get 4 of them. So I'm just going to go bloop, 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 blinding lights. Basically, so they get blinded and they can't see as Dwarf runs them in to the building.
All right.
I think, Corbin, you look like you want to say something.
I'm trying to think of a really diplomatic way that Corbin would say this.
Oh, no. Okay, is Corbin really going to be diplomatic at this point with me?
Good point.
Exactly.
As you go to start casting a spell, I lean and go, why don't we just throw something really big in the other alleyway and make a huge fucking noise?
Because part of the dancing lights is it blinds them, so we can kind of get an advantage on the attack. Nah. Thinking ahead. Okay, we're good. Okay.
I'm just gonna pick up the kids, like one on
Yeah,
each
just
arm.
under the arm.
Yep.
Like
and then-
like 2 American footballs.
Yes. Thank you for specifying.
So,
Thank you for
All
specifying
right,
inferior football.
let me
Inferior
rephrase. 2 hand eggs.
hand eggs, yes. Inferior footballs.
so
Okay.
So,
So
you're
then-
going to cast this.
Yeah, I just have to keep concentration for a minute, so the minute will give us long enough to get him in, get him out.
All right. So you cast this in these
4 balls of really bright
Yeah.
white light in this kind of arc. It's just, blah!
and
There's
is the effect-
snow and all this stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that light reflection. It's pretty freaking bright.
Yeah. And so is the effect that it actually blinds them? Like, what is the actual effect of that?
Dancing lights. To the books.
Well, I've got it right in front of me.
That's
so,
true. I like to learn
Uh,
things, though.
Okay, I'll just read the whole thing then. You create up to 4 torch-side lights within range, making them appear as torches, lanterns, or glowing orbs. So I'm going for the glowing orbs
Okay.
that hover in the air for the duration. You can also combine the 4 lights into one glowing. Okay, I'm not doing that. It sheds it for 10-foot radius, so I'm covering 40 feet essentially. As a bonus action on your turn, you can move the lights up to 60 feet to a new spot. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
And light winks out when it's done.
Okay. So it's not really going to blind them, but it's more of a distraction. It sounds.
It's the distraction. It's the hey, this is really bright, and they,
Yeah.
if any bright light, you're just gonna be. Ah!
Yeah. So you send out these lights, and you hear from either side. You hear like this snarl, this, like one of these, like really annoyed noises. This guttural, very inhuman, very unsettling sound. Come from the knolls on either side there. And Corbin, you're like, you just heft up these kids and like, did you like Quicksilver them down into the, okay.
And by Quicksilver, I mean the good Quicksilver from
Right.
X-Men, and not the one who died pointlessly in Avengers.
No,
Right,
the
of
days of future past X-Men. Or
Like
the,
as I go
Apocalypse.
past, I like poke Dren in the cheek, so like it starts like rippling, and like I pull out a Sharpie and draw like I am an idiot on one of the kids' foreheads, and
Oh my
This is amazing. I don't want it to stop.
so you,
Corbin's kind of a jerk.
Hey, look, if Corbin is God here,
Mhm.
then Corbin can do as he pleases.
I'm not God here. I'm just Jesus.
You might as well be a demigod.
so,
You're
Um,
welcome.
That was played by The Rock.
Exactly. See, I tied it in.
so you hear the snarl, but you, the robed figure, doesn't seem to react to these lights, but you hear, it almost sounds, the voice is ever so slightly off. Like there's almost like a, a natural resonance, or almost like it's almost like two voices speaking at the same time.
Venom?
No.
All I'm thinking when you're talking about Black Road figure and a resonant voice
Yeah.
is, "Hello, Rincewind."
No, you hear. It just from deep in this mask, this hood, you hear, "We've been waiting for you."
No.
Dren, Mai,
Don't like it.
do a perception check.
Okay. What's my perception? Where's my perception?
I don't like anything like I'm torn between like really being in love with the dream world and all the cool shit that I can do, and like, oh no, bad. Like
I got
far-
an 18.
far realms.
So Drenmai, you've seen this robed figure before.
Oh,
shit.
goody. Okay, what do I know of him or her or it?
You
Is
remember,
the robe purple by any chance?
it is not.
Everything's purple.
But you remember the robes look very familiar. You notice that dark gloved hands.
Did I sell him
Holding-
to him?
You did not sell anything to this person. In fact, they left something with you at your shop.
Oh,
They had come to your shop for a job.
okay.
You
Like-
recognize this person.
What history do I know?
Only that this person had come into your shop asking for a very specific job
Is it a
Right
magic
before-
dealer?
right before you built your lantern.
Does this have to do with my crystal?
It does.
I muted for that.
I'm dreadfully curious.
I am concerned. I need a concern emoji.
You should be.
Concern.
On that note, why don't we take a break?
Yes, please.
It is 5:35 Eastern Time.
Before we go to
2:35.
break,
Yes.
before we go to break,
Yes.
I want to say thank you to Face It's the Ground for the follow. I want to say thank you to Tired as a Lifestyle for the 100 bits, who says 100 biddies for Hugon's continued PC education.
Yes.
Your
Thank
political
you.
correctness
I'm
education will
trying
continue.
very hard. I'm trying very hard.
Thank you to Raz for the 5 bits, who says guidance boop. Whitefire gives 4 bits and says, look, it looks like a D4.
It does.
And Raz gives another bit and says rip cheer 1. I think
That was for my kill.
well, that was 27 minutes ago, so I think that was when you
It's when I shot him with
when
my
you-
laser.
when you laser beam someone.
Laser. Okay,
So-
Just
great.
just out of interest, this
Huh.
this robed figure, the voice doesn't sound like anything like, I don't know. We offered you a job you could not refuse. No.
Pinedale
Okay.
mob boss.
All right.
So,
Anyway, with that,
with
we
that
can finally
5-minute
go to
break,
bed.
we're going to take a tour of our local humanities facilities, and we'll be back for the second part of today's episode.
Ah.
Deep within the core of the forest can be heard and hear a spirit song sealed from long before. Now awaken to devour the essence of our soul.